guys, Tetris 2012 here. I'm back in an HG video, and this is just an HG update in the summer of 2014 that Mcpvp has released and is currently going to be put on into all HG servers. Now this HG update is an update of kit changes, that's what it's called, and it's a lot of debuffs and nerfs that will be added to a lot of HG kits. So I'm just going to give you the general idea of each nerf and buff for each kit that has been changed. So listen up closely. With the Berserker kit, it's back to the old standards when you get 30 seconds of Nausea 2 and Strength 2, but instead of that you get 15 seconds of Nausea 2 and Strength 160%, which is slightly more than a Strength 1. So you still get the Strength in the Nausea 2 from old times, but it's just less time, which I think a lot of people were mad about on how long it was. With the Poseidon kit, the Strength 1 is increased from 130% to 160%, and also, instead of having speed out of you get out of the water, it's 5 seconds of slowness when you get out of the water. No, I don't know why they did that, but I guess it's good so you can get close to your water. But just a big thing about that kit, the strength has been increased, so it's more powerful in the water, so you gotta watch out for those Poseidons in the water now. Hades has been reverted back to its old standard when you can right click a mob and that mob will be your pet. You can have up to 3 pets, and when a player attacks you, the mobs will go after them. So it's just a change with the kit. Maybe get people to play with the kit more. With the time limit kit, you still be able to freeze players inside a dome for a small amount of time. It stayed the same since last time, but now you don't got any slowness or speed if they run away from the dome, which is great because that always was a frustrating thing to get over in HG. The vampire kit has been restored back to old standards. Whenever you kill a person, you get extra health, and whenever you kill a mob, you get the extra health equivalent to how much the mob has. So, for example, chickens will give you less health since they have less health, and zombies will give you more since they do have more. And if you kill a player while you have full health, you will also be giving a health 2 splash potion like old times, which is great. Stomper, this is one of the biggest kits that has been changed. Hasn't been changed in a while, but this is a pretty big update for Stomper. Now, when you stomp somebody, they'll take, when they're shifting, they'll take 4 hearts of damage instead of 5 hearts. So that's an added advantage for people who are getting stomped. And if they're shifting and they're blocking, they will only take 1 heart. So if you guys can remember to block and shift when you're facing a tower, that will neglect the whole point of towering. So, towering, I think, is a big part of HG, so I'm not really agreeing with this update of this kit change, but I think it's for the better. And but this is a big part. They also added this to balance out the kit. Stompers will ignore armor players, so if you have armor, then it does no difference than if you don't have armor. But I think still having that blocking feature just kind of neglects Stomper a little bit. But we'll see how that goes in HG. Kangaroo, which was one of the kits that just got recently nerfed, has added another nerf and buff. Now you can use your kangaroo within 10 blocks of another player. They nerfed that a couple weeks ago, but they decided to reverse that. But it also has a new nerf and a buff to it. The maximum fall damage they can take is raised to 6 hearts, and the minimum is raised to 2 hearts. Originally that was max is 3 hearts. That's just to help with fall damage traps, and so kangaroos can die easily more, since they are a pretty great kid, if I say so myself. But now also if a kangaroo hits another player, they will not take fall damage for 8 seconds. So that will also help against towers and any type of fall damage traps. With the pickpocket kit, it no longer has a maximum distance of pickpocketing. Now when you pickpocket somebody, you stay in the inventory for 3 seconds and take a maximum of 5 items from anywhere except the hotbar, no matter if they're how far away they are or if they're trying to run from you. The flash kit, now it does not have the weakness effect when you teleport. Now you just take 5 seconds of redstone when you teleport, and they lowered the cooldown for 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds, which I think is a huge change to the kit. It just helps the kit um, just be better after that change. Cookie Monster kit, which was a retired kit, is back from retirement. And whenever you eat a cookie, you'll get your hunger healed a bit, just like normal. If your hunger is full, cookies will only heal one heart. So that neglects from what it was old times when it would just like be like a soup source for you for people who play with Cookie Monster. And when your health is full, you get speed 2 for about 3 seconds. So and the cooldown was kit on the kit was removed, which helps the kit out a lot. So that's a great update to the Cookie Monster kit. With the Thor kit, uh, it's saying exactly the same as it was, but now you can call lightning down on location below Y80, which will create fire. So now you can get cooked mobs again, which is a huge favor at the kit, and use Thor as a better offensive weapon against players. And the lightning will not do a knockback damage though, as it did a long time ago, which is great because that was a pretty tough thing to go against. Well, I'm not so sure if it still creates netherrack or not. I think it does because it says exactly the same, but you guys can figure that out once you play with Thor a little bit. With the Gladiator kit, which was nerfed. No, never mind, it wasn't. Sorry about that. But now the roof on the Gladiator arena has been removed. So that is huge because now people can just tower out, but that can defect the kit ability. But since you have to have a water anti-fall damage kit to be able to get out of the arena like fully under the ground, that kind of balances it out. And you can also place blocks as such as lava and water in the arena, which you couldn't do before. So now you can use that as your advantage when fighting a person. The grappler, the recent kit nerf on how you can only grapple above you, has been back to normal. So yeah, it's like back to normal grappler kit. Rider kit, the cooldown thing has been nerfed a little bit, but you still get a little bit of cooldown if your horse is killed by another player. The specialist kit, the recent nerf has been removed and is back to normal, which can frustrate a lot of players since it does get enchantment items. The boxer kit is the power is slightly increased, and it does the same damage as a stone sword. But before it was almost a stone sword, which is basically a wood sword. A lot of people noticed that, and they just want to decide. They decided to do what up to they said, so they made a stone sword, which is, I mean, boxers are pretty good already. So, Levitator can now shoot blocks farther, which is I think is a good update. Chameleon, this is also a big kit change that has been around for a long time. Now Chameleon, you can track the Chameleon for up to 100 blocks away from him, which has been before you couldn't track him all, so that would lengthen the game by a lot. But now if you just get 100 blocks of him, you can track him, which also affects a lot of the Chameleon abilities of getting loot and just disguising as an animal. But that also helps with the length of games. Other changes that are pretty important, the cocoa bean soup recipe change has been changed, obviously. And instead of having one cocoa bean to make one soup, it's now 2 cocoa beans to make one cocoa bean soup. That just equals it out with the cacti and the mushrooms and stuff like that. And they're also adding a permanently free kit, which is called Castaway. And it works just as Hermit used to, which you would spawn 250 blocks away from everybody, and you get an advantage on any things that are in the area. So this will help with fighting swamps, temples, and blacksmiths like that. Just give you an advantage in the HG game. If you want to play on the server with these new updates, play on t9.us.mc-hg.com just to test out all the new updates and stuff. And that's about it for the 2014 Summer HG update. I think this is a pretty good update with all the new kits, but it can also destroy some of the tactics. But it pretty evens out the game, but also some controversial stuff like always. So yeah, hope you guys like this review of the HG update. And yeah, see you guys later.